So if you're someone like me and you collect vintage watches, chances are you've bought some watches where the crystal has been scratched up quite a bit. And the example I have here is the Seiko Quartz QT. I bought this just a few weeks ago and you can see that the crystal is scratched up quite a bit. And maybe it's fair because this watch is from 1975 and I believe that this is an acrylic crystal which scratches easier. So a 50-year-old watch with an easily scratchable crystal, it does mean that it's going to get banged up quite a bit. So today I'm going to be trying to use Polywatch and see if I can restore this crystal back to its original state. Now Polywatch is this thing here and it helps buff out scratches. It only works for acrylic crystal, so basically a plastic crystal. That's where it works best, or that's where it pretty much only works. If you have a scratch on sapphire or mineral crystal, then this thing won't work. So I'm actually not 100% certain that this is acrylic crystal, but just given how domed it is and just by tapping it, it's kind of like how if you ever watch Squid Game where the guy like throws a marble onto the glass to see how it sounds. I think the sound here does mean that this is acrylic, but I'm not 100% certain, so we'll have to see. But again, we'll show a before and after shot. So here is the before shot and you can see that there's quite a few scratches on this crystal. A lot of them are horizontal scratches. Let's see if I can get a better shot here. Yeah, so you can see a ton of different scratches. There's some debris that I think got caught within those scratches as well. So we will see if we can actually get rid of those. That's a pretty good shot right there. You can see it's just very murky, lots of scratches, lots of dirt. So let's see what we can do for this watch. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna take some Polywatch. I'm just gonna put a few drops. I don't know if I have to shake it. No, probably not. I'll just put a few drops onto the dial, onto the crystal. It should be about a pea-sized amount to start off with, and then you take a cotton ball. You could also use like a microfiber cloth too, but I just don't want to gunk up my cloth, so I'll just use a cotton ball here. And you kind of want to go against the grain, so if you have a lot of horizontal scratches like this one does, you want to be able to do it vertically. But of course, if you have scratches from all directions, you would probably just do a circular motion. So I'm just gonna go put it on. Just like that. I think usually it takes about 5 minutes or so of just constant buffing out if you want to see the best results. And of course you can always add more to the dial or more to the crystal if you have those deeper scratches. So I'm probably gonna fast forward this because this will probably take, again, probably about 5 minutes or so. So here we are at about the 2-minute mark and you can still see scratches. You can still see them over there. And the crystal, yeah, I don't know. It looks like it's still pretty scratched up. So we're gonna keep going at it and hopefully it'll get better. So that was about another 2 minutes of polishing. You can see that I switched strategies to more of a circular motion and just feeling the crystal, you can feel that it's a lot smoother. Before it felt a bit more rough with the scratches, but it's a lot better. Unfortunately, there are still some scratches and man, this dial is really hard to get on camera, but there's still a few scratches, but otherwise it actually there is a noticeable improvement. So I believe my hypothesis was correct. This is a acrylic crystal. And yeah, you can almost see like the scratches are there, but they've been kind of smoothened out. So they're not as noticeable as before. They're still definitely there, but it's definitely not as bad as before. So I'll give it one final buff and then we'll try and compare the two. All right, so that's the final 2 more minutes and I gave it a quick wipe down and yeah, I think it does look a lot nicer now. You can see if I try and put it against the light, you can still see some scratches, but it's a lot better than before. And I think if I just set the watch down, I think it just looks a lot more legible and it just feels way smoother. The crystal almost feels like it's brand new again, which is great. So it looks like this was a overall success. I don't think we could get out all the scratches, but we got out the major ones, and that's what's most important here. So this is great, great result. And so if you have a vintage watch, or even some modern watches have acrylic crystal, and again, if you're not too sure, usually the domed effect, and if you just tap it, it just feels like plastic. If you have a really scratched up watch, then the Polywatch, it works pretty well, and it's only about 20 bucks, 10, 20 bucks, so it's pretty cheap, and all you need is a cloth or a piece of cotton, and yeah, it works pretty well. So this quartz QT, it's maybe it doesn't feel like it's 50 years old anymore. Maybe it just feels like it's 20 years old now. So it is an improvement. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that visually this was an informative topic to talk about. And be sure to subscribe for more videos. And as always, I'll see you guys next time.